So now is another example of the Latvian gambit declined, and this is one of the more confusing type Latvian gambit situations where actually what we try to do is transfer into a kind of a Schliemann type situation because white manages to create some sort of quasi Roy Lopez out of this opening. And there's a couple different ways to play it, and we're going to look at one of them now. So let's start our engine. And as you see, he's chosen to protect that pawn, and my feeling is you protect it like this. Now, some of the computers like just playing pawn takes pawn here. They also like playing knight to f6, so I like moving there. Now it says it should take, but it doesn't. So now we have kind of a strange Schliemann type defense. So I play pawn takes pawn, knight takes back, and I've recently played a game where I moved d5, and well, let's just show you what d5 is like here for a second, then we'll go back for the variation. And if I play d5, the white usually follows like this. Then we take, and now knight takes c6 is the recommended move, and queen to g5 is the move that defeats that to some extent. However, white can play this move. We'll add a variation. And now black gets a slight advantage. You'll see what happens. Knight takes g6. And what we end up doing is allowing him to take this rook and just protecting. And black is fine here. And black can play very carefully and do very well. So if he knows what he's doing, you can make a mistake and play a lot of other moves in these situations, but white can also make a lot of mistakes. So let's go back to the beginning of this variation, and let's see what the correct. I guess we need to go back again. In this case, let's see, we just are stepping through our game here. White played knight to g3, which is perfectly acceptable, somewhat passive. The e-pawn needs protecting, should probably be. The computer absolutely demands bishop to g4 here. Now it says he can go ahead and play knight takes e5 because he's got a fork on h5. See? He doesn't. He lets me get away with a really decent development. Now he's got a very, very minor advantage. And now about the only thing to do is just castle and let him have that pawn. And we do get some decent compensation here. So he's playing all the computer moves pretty much. Interesting, it says here I need to play bishop takes g3. So I didn't do that, I can almost guarantee you. Right. c4. c4 is a good lever. He dallies, so now we chase, and now his bishop is pretty much out of play. So in effect, he's playing a piece down. Now this is a very interesting juncture of this game. By putting a question to that g5 bishop, we're doing something fairly innocuous. He wants to preserve his two bishops if he can, and when he castles, it's obvious what he does is he gives white just decent development. We're able to recapture with the queen and go about our merry way with at least an even game. When he retreats, he's lost. That's a very curious fact about this particular position. Oh, here's his retreat. And I contend he's lost here, so we'll see what happens. Oh, there. Now we begin to see the computer. I believe a loss is being down 2 or more. So it took the computer a while to find this, but simply knight to g4 kills white here, and that's what got played. If you analyze the attacking position, it's a dream. You've got the knight attacking 3 things. It's protected. You've got 2 bishops staring down on the king's side. The knight's pinned, basically. It can't be taken. It's not being attacked, and the queen could go to h4. All these things are really, really wonderful for black, and black is winning. So it said he needed to move queen to d2, he moved queen to e2 and got even worse trouble. So the queen comes out. Now, I'm not sure I played this according to the computer, but that was forced. And now it says I should just play knight takes e3. So after I play knight takes e3, what are the alternatives? Well, let's see. Knight takes e3, f takes e3, queen takes g3. So let's look at this variation for a second. If I just play knight takes e3, what happens? If queen takes, bishop takes h3. There are also other ways to play it. So let's go back in terms of our variation. Bishop takes h3. Okay. So this is what actually got played in the game. And now we have too many threads. So black went ahead and took. And I missed the giant shot rook to f3 at that point, but it's coming anyway. Says he's basically got to give everything up. So if he plays f4, we take en passant, it says, then rook takes, and rook takes, bishop takes anyway, so. And now he gets that, and the game's over. So he's going to be checkmated over here, and that's basically the end of the game. But that was kind of an interesting, you put the question to the bishop retreats, and because the preponderance of attack pieces that are headed to the king's side, white's lost. So that's the end of this example.